nosso amor. Faz tudo pelo bem do nosso bem, meu bem. A saudade minha dor, que anda arrasando com meu coração. Não duvide que um dia eu te darei o céu, o meu amor junto com o anel, pra gente se casar. No cartório ou na igreja, se você quiser. Se não quiser, tudo bem, meu bem, mas tente compreender. Morando em São Gonçalo, você sabe como é. Hoje à tarde a ponte engarrafou e eu fiquei a pé. Tentei ligar pra você, o orelhão da minha rua estava escangalhado, o meu cartão tava zerado, faz você crer se quiser. Pretinha, faz tudo pelo nosso amor, faz tudo pelo bem do nosso bem, meu bem, faz comigo, a saudade é minha dor, que anda arrasando com meu coração. Não duvide que um dia eu te darei o céu, o meu amor junto com o anel, pra gente se casar. No cartório ou na igreja.
Hello, hello, hello. Let me test my microphone.
Se não quiser, tudo bem, meu bem, mas tente compreender.
Okay.
Tente compreender. Morando em São Gonçalo.
It seems to be working. 1, 2, 3, test.
Hoje à tarde a ponte engarrafou e eu
Okay.
fiquei a pé.
All right. Hello, everybody. Let me reduce a bit the sound. Okay. Let's work on Node.js performance today. Let me check one thing first. Okay. All right. Seems to be working. All right. Let me open the screen. Now it should be better. Let me check if my... Oh, the X is not working. Oh, something got wrong. Let me create a live stream for X. I forgot. Okay, now it's working. Great. Way better. Hello, Jeffrey. How are you? Let me edit the comments on X. Okay. And also on Discord. Okay. Great. Hello, hello. Okay, now it's working. All working. Um, Hello, are these strings beneficial to learn Node.js internals? Why do you string these? Yes, that's exactly why I do live streams. My intention is to teach people how to contribute to Node.js core, how to understand Node.js internals. So yes, this is beneficial. Hello mate, how was your week? It was good. It was quite fast, to be honest. I I started working on a few stuff on security, then I jumped into performance, and then it's Friday. I don't know what happened. Yo, how it's going? Is run.js a new script you are working on, or is it this something you all are using internally on Node.js Perf? Okay, let me explain a bit about. I think run you are mentioning this pull request is a refactor. I'm going to explain this a bit. But usually, whenever you try to benchmark anything on Node.js, you call node benchmark run, and then you pass a namespace. So if you want to benchmark to run the benchmarks for all the utu module, you do that. So that will do all the benchmarks for each file. Okay, this is what run does. However, we have noticed that some HTTP benchmarks like HTTPS simple, HTTP simple, as you can see in this table, they are taking a long time to run. And it doesn't make sense for me to run HTTP benchmarks in a short time frame, which is what usually micro benchmarks are created for. So we normally run it for 5 seconds, 10 seconds, and this is not enough to compare the real value of the performance gain. So the idea is to change that a bit. So I wrote this pull request, benchmark refactor HTTP benchmarks. We are going to we have approvals, and I'm going to fix that now. We have some linked issues, of course. So let me fix that. Make linked, and the idea is that HTTP benchmarks, they were created with the test double benchmark, which is a very naive way to do benchmarks for HTTP. Basically, it just does a bunch of requests per second, but this is not reliable as usually AutoCAN was created for, WRake work was created for. So I decided, okay, let's remove that and do that. So I removed all the benchmarks that are using test double HTTP2. So that's the idea. So let me fix the make link.js fix. I will go through the Node.js contribution guide. I always wanted to, but I get scared easily. Yeah, don't get scared. It's not something difficult to do. Okay, great. I think it got fixed, right? Git status, git add benchmark, and then what we usually do is we do a fix up. I don't know if people are aware of fix up, and then you pass the commit SHA, usually head, and then it creates the commit with fix up for you. In case of Node.js, whenever you try to land something on Node.js, we have a commit queue, which is a bot that lands the commit on main. And if you land pull request with fix up, it will be automatically squashed into your main commit. So that works fine. All right, this doesn't need benchmarks. I just need to check. So I think this is, yeah, I think that's it. Then we have been working on this pull request, which is add optimize empty request for incoming message dump. Basically, let me explain that a bit. This is the image. Oh, what's happening? Yeah, here you go. Whenever you make a request to Node.js, each object, the request object per se is a string. And for instance, when you send a post request with content, you will read that content using a string, so you don't flush all the memory by a single request. Imagine that you are sending tons of data, so your server goes out of memory very easy. So that's why we use strings for that, right? However, sometimes there are methods that simply doesn't have body, right? For instance, if you are doing HTTP requests using get or head, usually it doesn't have body. And we are creating a string for that anyway. And one thing that Robert found is that there's no need to create that string if we have a head or get request, or the headers doesn't have a content length or a transfer encoding chunk or any transfer encoding. So what we did is basically, if there's no body or no headers body, we will flush all the data from the strings, from the request body string. So we don't need to read that, so it doesn't go to the event loop. And the result from that is that we went from 1,000 requests to 2,500 requests per second. It's a massive performance improvement. Okay? So this is a very nice finding. For now, this feature will be available only if you run if you pass the following function. I have the SSH here. Let me do that again. Repos, I think we have that here. To enable that, you need to pass a new flag to the create server. Optimize empty request true. Why we did that is because, unfortunately, there are people that are reading body and head requests, the body of head and get requests, and this will break them. So let's do a more safe approach. So that's the idea. So, and then we have a bunch of other pull requests that we are going to test today related to performance, but yeah, the performance, the improvement is massive. However, it's failing on SmartOS, if I'm not wrong. Let me check. It's failing on OS X, Linux, SmartOS. Let me check. This is failing on OS X, ARM. Why? 69. I normally have two Node.js repositories because I don't want to switch branches too much because of Ccache. So I have a Node 1, Node 2, Node 3, and so on. Let me check what's happening here. Test, HTTP, request, optimize, server optimize, empty request, line 69. Here we go. The data is not being called. Why? This might be just a race condition, I guess. Let me run that again. This is on OS X, okay. This one is on Red Hat, but this one is not because of the tests, I believe. And this one is on IBM, and it seems to be failing on the same location because it's a race condition. So I'm going to remove that. Git commit, fix up, head. Let me do an amend to that. This removes the potential backdoor condition that will make this test flaky. Here we go. So we need to run the CI all again. Git have parse, we get the head, no need to be short. We get the commit SHA, and then we run the commit again. CI Node.js, test pull request, build. The pull request number is this one. Here we go. Now it's running. You cannot use Git work trees for it. I believe that the cache folder, it's ignored by, I'm pretty sure it's ignored by Git. So whenever I switch on Git work trees, this will be ignored. So I will lose the cache anyway, right? If I need to build it again. Okay. Bonjour. Hello, Brian. How are you? Okay. CI seems to be running, I guess. Come on. Oh, did I push? Oh, I pushed that to Node.js. Fuck. Let me cancel that thing. It's because my remote. I'm good, thanks. How are you doing? I'm good. It's Friday, huh? I can't be mad. Let me increase the font. I think it's not easy for you all to read. One cache uses the chasm of the files as the keys. In other words, location on your files it shouldn't matter. I'm not sure, to be honest, because I have tried, even when I do a git stash, a git apply, the Ccache doesn't work very well, and Ninja also doesn't work very well. So the more practical approach I found is to have different folders, but maybe I'm using that wrong. Yeah, the simple works at the end. Yeah, it uses more memory of my machine, but I don't care. I have a lot. Okay. I need to. There's one thing I need to do for SSH to never log out, which is there's a timeout, SSH timeout connection. That something is wrong. I think I need to, because every time I need to log in again if I leave that terminal open. So SSH closing yeah, I think that's it. Okay, server alive interval. Okay, that's it. I need to open that on a different, because I have the password, I guess. SSH config. Yes, there you go. Source ZSR. Here we go. Now it should be fine. Great. Okay, so I think this has been fixed. Oh, the commit is not working for that one. So let me rebase, git rebase to, let me edit this one. We do a git commit amend s. Oh, benchmarks, I guess. Should be better now. Okay. There's one pull request that Matteo did and pinged me about that. Let me open that. I think I need to do that on a different screen, so I make sure that I won't leak any confidential message. Oh, no, I think there's no confidential message here. It's this one. This is one thing that I fixed originally because it was causing a deprecate issue, the new async resource. So let me check out this request. Let me use 12. Okay, working fine. And other than that, I also have the performance. This is the refactor. Oh, it's still not working. First benchmark. Where is the list? Let me check one thing. This benchmark. Yeah. I was using benchmark and it didn't work. What happened? Okay, it's built. Let me go to Node 2. Let me check out that pull request. Oh, too much. Then we have this. We have the SCP Hetzner, Matteo, async resource. We are going to do that here. Repos. Here we go. SCP and then git rebase head 2. Let me squash that and let me reward benchmarks. I think maybe I'm not using the 8. Okay. I think I'm not using this. Yes, I think that's it. Okay. We have the SCP. It's, oh my god, too slow. I hate when things are slow because, you know, I lose context. My mind switch context. We need to improve a few things. So this pull request. Oh no, I want to go to the pull request itself, which is let me open this one. This pull request should solve. Let me add that as a comment here. A comment here should solve it. Should solve it. This as well. This as well. These two. All the 8-bit things. Oh, is that working? I think that's just, okay, it's working. Comment, here we go. Here we go. Yes. So we're going to solve most of the things. We have the net still. I believe that those can be replaced to a different location because usually network benchmarks, they shouldn't be on a micro benchmark as they are not reliable, right? They need to be, the benchmark should be done in a separate context. So we are going to solve most of the things. All right, CI running for this one. CI comment, where? Oh, a lot of messages. I can't open some of them. Let me test. Okay, the Mateus one is almost done. I'll switch the musics a bit because they are in Portuguese and let me do some. Oh, this one is great. The only thing is that I think the VOD won't be available because of copyright, but I don't care. All right, it's there. So if I do here, it's here. So if you can't read the screen, please let me know, okay? We have Mateo, so let me create an example, a sync resource. If I'm not wrong, the async resource, the binding will be called whenever you call finished, as Mateo mentioned, finished to an HTTP request. So I think HTTP request Node.js finish. Okay, deprecated. I don't know if that's on request, on reply. Oh, I think I have a good example for that, which is deprecate. Yes, this one. Could you confirm this has been solved? We have solved that. Okay, this is the benchmark. So let me use bench node for that. We can use a bench node CLI sync resource. Oh, maybe I need to use different binaries, so it's better to install that. npm g bench node. This is node 24.8. Allow natives syntax, and then we do the async resource. Module binding. What? Let me close. Cannot find module bench node, so let me do a npm init npm the bench node just to have a node modules here. Now it should be fine. Yeah. 400 operations per second, I think we can also pass an amount of runs, but I think this is stable. This seems to be stable, right? 400, yeah. So on other hand, let's do that the same with the Mateo one. Mateo pull request allow native syntax async resource. What? Look at that. This is amazing. We went from US to nanoseconds. Amazing. This is the request that Mateo sent me, which is this one. I'm going to send in the chat. So let me share that result to Mateo. Let me tweet about that because I'm trying to do that. Basically, it's here. Mateo. Yeah, I mean, I was talking with Mateo about that, and we are using it a lot for many situations. One of them is primordials. Another one is like deprecation. We have a bad performance pattern on Node.js, which is we tend to pollute or to modify the prototype too much during runtime, and this causes several V8 optimizations, which make things slower, right? So deprecate is not slow. Yeah, deprecate is slow because of this, but I wrote a pull request that fixed that. We just need to make it back portable, like this thing. You can now conditionally modify the prototype on deprecate. So some situations you just don't need to modify the prototype, just emit the warning, and then you can use the yes, the flag. This improves things more. So it's just a flag, modify prototype, yes or no. And I've been using that, for example, right here. Just yes, a false actually. So this doesn't modify the prototype. So we should do that more. Yeah. Someone just need to make define prototype faster in V8. Yes, I agree. Okay. Something is wrong with the Node.js org is that this is loading a lot of things during. Let me check one thing. I'm almost sure there is a set timeout here. All right. So we have the calibrate benchmark files. This Bruno is working on that. We have text decoder regression. We have fast APIs, new implementations. This is also good. I think core performance, we have a few things. This is another optimization, but I have investigated that and it seems no performance improvement. But the idea of the pull request is good. Maybe it's just something that's missing. It's calling the fixed queue for the incoming data. We can also guess some issues. I'm not a fan of that, to be honest, but we could find some. Oh. We have the HTTP server here. Whenever you get a request, I've seen that we are, I think we could basically find object defined properties and basically replace all of that. We are using too much primordials, which is something that I would like to investigate more. So we could take an example here. With primordials and without primordials. So I think one good example is right here. The web strings, which impacts directly fetch. Whenever you use fetch, you are using web strings behind the scenes. And those things are a huge problem. Look at that. We are freezing the object. There are too much of prototype pollution. Object. I think there is an issue primordials, Node.js. that someone did a benchmark. Let me see if there's a code sample. I know there's a long discussion. Let me check one thing here. Oh, on async hooks, we have that. Oh, Uchu, that's great. Primordials. Here. So we have array is array. Oh, this is on style text. That's good. We can measure that. So let me make. We do 12. Oh, 3,000 tasks. Style text, we have a benchmark for that. That's great. I think we could run that locally and then we move it to the dedicated machine. My opinion here is that primordials fight against the runtime. Yes, running performance for the sake of security in a secure threat model that I don't really understand. I agree. I mean, I think the concept of primordial goes against the concept of JavaScript. You know, that would make sense. That makes sense on other languages, but not on JavaScript, where a simple, I don't know, simple operations could break your system entirely. So I don't get that either, to be honest. But last time someone brought that up, it took, I don't know, a month of discussions, and I tend to avoid discussions because I prefer to work. So, you know. But maybe with more realistic data, like if I measure the style tags here and I point people, okay, this is slow because of primordials, we can start switching a bit. Here's another performance bottleneck. Let's see. The socket will drain using Nextstick, even though it's not. So we can do an example right here, I guess. On this machine, we could do, let me see, npx flame, which is the new thing from Mateo, but a formatic flame. me install that first. Let me see if that can be right into a file. This is using Datadog bprof, right? I want just the file. Yeah, that should work fine. So, okay. So we are going to, we have the HTTP, and we have the node with log HTTP, and then we have AutoCAN. Let's do AutoCAN npx AutoCAN. Oh, flame. I need to which flame. So let me get that, and then I run it with the custom Node.js binary HTTP flame run. Oh, of course, forgot to pass the Okay, I think I will need to SCP this document here. Here we go. It's HTML. What? Where is that? CP HTML. Hippos Z at HTML. What? It does exist. Maybe using the hippos, of course. Oh, maybe I need to do that and copy the whole document, the JS, the PB, yeah. So I think I need to do actually the following. Here we go. Node.js. And PB. Yeah, here we go. Robert, the circuit will meet drain using nextstick. Okay, let me see if the drain is called somewhere here. Most of the time is right late in one string. No, it doesn't seem to have the. This is not easy to read. Like this, they're using almost the same thing as Clinic. Get libuv now. Let me attach a few things. What else? What we were doing? Okay, this is compiling because we want to test primordials. So let me write here test primordials. This one can be closed. This one is the one we are generating the benchmark. Okay, after right tick. So it doesn't actually have to be in a tick. Oh, now I see Robert on YouTube chat. You have double repos. Oh, performance profiling for full node or some parts only. After right side. Okay, yeah. So let me check that. So we have the after after right. Let me use the oh, this is not working. When we meet the drain, okay, we are calling the after right tick, and it doesn't need to be in a tick. Got it. Here. Maybe here. Let me check. This is on right. Yes. You mean we could be calling that directly? Like something like this. Oh fuck. Maybe this is not even necessary. We could do that directly, right? Just call after right. We could do after right directly here. What we usually do. So basically this is to ensure that train is always emitted asynchronously relative to write. But outgoing message always does cork and then uncork in next tick. So in which situation would that break? Like we are going to break people. Maybe this is just not necessary. We could just do the following. No, that works after right. Yeah. Yeah, that's correct. Farhad. Let me compile that thing to see. This is for primordials, and this one is Node. Oh, this is Node. Oh, this one might take more time, I guess. I can test on the second one. Okay, we already have that. If someone uses has socket, which would be weird, it would potentially break. To be clear, this would only work for outgoing messages since it's a fake writable wrapping in a socket. Other writables do need the tick. So you are saying that, okay, let me test one thing. So we have me test just. Okay, close the connection. Okay, fine. Okay. I'm using more seconds because of I'm doing live stream, and these make things unreliable. So increasing might remove the outliers effect. Yeah, it doesn't seem to have result, or maybe I did something wrong. Make sure that I'm testing the binary is correct. Yeah, doesn't seems to have much effect. We could I could do one example here, just to count the amount of um, I wrote an API for that. Oh, maybe it's somewhere closed. Performance UAV. correct one, right? I, I believe this won't matter, but I'm not sure if I did the correct. Let me just log in again. Okay. That's they do have more events, but I don't think that's related entirely on what we expect, and it doesn't seem to have performance impact. However, my task here is not realistic, right? Because I believe this optimization will only be beneficial for real-world apps where process more than one event, and they have a long list of processing queuing. And then if you reduce the amount of micro tasks, that might impact them. So I believe that it's not that this is not improving performance, but my computer is fast enough and I'm not doing a lot of work, right? So this has no impact, but I believe on in a more realistic scenario, these might work, and that's why in my company we are creating a server called Kobaya, which is a simulation of a real-world app. So we could test that. Let me check. Okay, we could measure on this. Which one? We are using Node, right? Node. And I think we have an API which is CPU. API, let me check. We have simple, we do have CPU, but prime. Oh, we have one for IO, which might be better. So IO files. Okay. Maybe this should work. Let me check. We need to do a proper warm-up. Let's do just 10 seconds here. Thank you, Robert. Bye-bye. It's actually is lower. Yeah, unrelated. So this won't work, I believe. So let's finish with primordial thing. So let me fix all this stuff. Okay, close this. Let me skip next tick. Here we go. We also close that. We close that. Yeah. Yep. Yes. Yes. Now we are going to test the primordials on style text. So let me first of all build without my changes, and I will copy the binary node to node out, and then we are going to change one thing on U2 style text. So we will no longer use is array primordials. Validate one off, I think we could also remove, and array push codes push format codes. Then we have okay, prototype reduce. So codes reduce. Rejects. Symbol replace. What does it call? Oh, is this? I think this one we can keep just for now. Yeah, that should be better. Those checks are necessary. They are necessary, but should color out lazy U2 colors. We have the U2 colors, which is this thing. Then should colorize, I think this function. We load lazy loading. But yes, that should be better. So let me get back to this, save, then we compile. And then we node benchmark compare JS filter style text old is node old, new is node, and U2. I think that's it. I will get back in a second. Oh, I think we could do something meanwhile. Writing this. I think we should go here. Here we go. We could just pipe that. Pipe to node a benchmark compare. If I'm not wrong. Yes, just a second, I'll get back. Okay, back. 2 minutes. Okay. Oh, fuck. We need to send it to a file. I'm sorry. More 2 minutes. Hello, folks. And do you have any questions about Node.js development, core development? Please keep them send in the chat. I'm checking X, YouTube, and Twitch. One thing I can check also is the science and technology. No, actually it's coding. Wait, here we go. Is someone working on Node.js with Node? No? All right, almost finishing. Great. Node benchmark compare. I think I don't have that. Here we go. No performance improvement. Oh, did I compile that? Yeah, and no confidence. It might be because I'm in a live stream. I don't know. For this situation, it didn't solve anything. I will continue working on that because I'm sure we could make things faster. However, I will need to get back to security work, and as you know, I need to close the live stream because this is confidential. So, thank you everybody. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, please send me the Node.js mentoring channel on Discord, official Node.js Discord, or official Node.js Slack. I'm there, and feel free to ping me whenever you have any question about Node.js core development. All right, so that's it. I'm closing the live stream, and I hope to see you in next week. All right, bye bye, folks.